Excavations at the cave have revealed that it was a major pilgrimage site for visitors from across the ancient world.
It was a place that people would go to worship Zeus. How do we know? We've excavated thousands of dedications to Zeus and ritual objects to Zeus from all over the Mediterranean.
One find in particular ties directly into the myth of Zeus.
Amongst the material remains were these cool shields that probably were along the walls and were put up there to indicate the clanging of shields that the people defending Zeus used to muffle his crying when he was a baby, so that Kronos could not hear.
A chosen son, hidden to save his life. For Christians and Jews, the story of Zeus's birth is very familiar.
Many religious and mythological traditions have stories of sacred or divine children who are hidden away in order to protect them so that they can grow to adulthood and fulfill their destinies. We think perhaps of Jesus, who is hidden away in the manger so that Herod will not be able to get to him, or of Moses, who is hidden away in Egypt.
In the myth, Zeus quietly comes of age inside the cave.
He has a kind of training period there out of the eyes of Kronos and is able to acquire his strength and develop into a man.
Zeus spends his childhood preparing to fulfill his self-appointed destiny. To challenge his father and the Titans for control of the universe. Zeus has escaped the fate of his siblings, who were all swallowed alive by their father, the Titan Kronos. Inside a remote cave hideaway, he has matured into a fully formed god. Now, he is ready to begin the epic power struggle he was born to wage, to avenge his father's savagery. To liberate his 5 Olympian siblings from his father's belly. And to seize control of the world from the Titans who now rule it.
The stakes for him are tremendously high. If he succeeds, he'll be master of the universe. But if he fails, he may well be the one that winds up down in Tartarus.
Tartarus, the lowest level of Hades, and the ancient Greek equivalent of hell.
Tartarus was the part of Hades where the damned went. The people who were bad or committed offenses against the gods on Earth would be sent to Tartarus.
If Zeus fails in his attempt to seize power from Kronos and the Titans, he'll be damned to this place for all eternity. But if he wins, he'll command gods and men from his throne atop Mount Olympus. In Greek myth, Mount Olympus is the towering home of the gods, but it's also a real location. It's the highest peak in Greece, rising nearly 10,000 feet above sea level. And it's a natural setting for supernatural powers.
The Greeks really believed that their gods actually lived physically on Mount Olympus. It was important for them to actually have a sense of where heaven was, where the gods actually resided.
It is from his home base on Mount Olympus that Zeus engineers his rebellion against Kronos and the Titans.
Zeus is going to have to get others to come in and help him out so that he can achieve supreme power.
This is the ultimate family feud. And so it is to his own flesh and blood that Zeus turns first. He knows his strongest allies will be his 5 siblings, the Olympians, now fully formed adults, but still trapped deep inside Kronos' stomach. If they can be liberated, the Olympians could tip the scales in Zeus's favor and help him destroy the Titans forever.
He wanted to free his brothers and sisters, so he concocted a potion.
Quietly, Zeus enters Cronus' lair and slips the drug into his nightly cup of mead. Cronus drinks it and becomes violently ill. First, he vomits up the stone his wife had given him in place of baby Zeus. According to tradition, that rock is the cornerstone of ancient Greece's most sacred site, the Temple of Delphi, home of the oracle.
Delphi is a sanctuary in Greece where people would come from all around to consult with God. It was a direct phone line up to heaven to ask the answer to anything you wanted.
To this day, thousands of years after the story was first told, the stone that Cronus supposedly vomited is still there.
At the very center of the temple complex at Delphi is an egg-shaped stone that was understood to be the exact stone that played the role of being the substitute for Zeus that Cronos swallowed. And if you go there today to the Temple of Delphi, the locals will still tell you that the stone that's there is the actual one that was in Cronos' belly.
In the myth, after throwing up the sacred stone, Cronus regurgitates Zeus's 5 siblings. And they are ready to join Zeus's revolution.
What marks Zeus as a different kind of leader from those that have come before is his intelligence. He's able to persuade and convince those around him that he should be leader, and he's able to build coalitions.
Zeus now has his siblings by his side, but he still needs more muscle to take on the Titans. And there are some other estranged members of the family who are out for revenge. Forgotten brothers of Cronus, the Cyclops, and the 100 Handers. But to find them, Zeus has to go to hell.
Cronos had feared the powers of these 100 Handers and the Cyclopses, and he locked them down into Tartarus. Zeus knew that if he could get their power on his side, he could marshal it to his own ends. He goes down and talks to the 100 Handers and says, "I will pay you great respect. And I know that my father Cronos has mistreated you. Now I've freed you, and now you owe me." And even they are moved, and they say, "Yes, great Zeus, we realize not only are you very powerful, but you also know how to treat people well. So we appreciate that, and we will now fight on your side."
In gratitude for being liberated, the Cyclops present Zeus with a gift: the power of lightning.
Lightning is one of the most devastatingly powerful forces in nature. When lightning arcs through the air is briefly raised to a temperature that can be more than 50,000 degrees. That's 5 times the surface temperature of the sun.
The lightning bolt gives Zeus the power to rule the universe. With this lightning bolt, no one's going to be able to overthrow him.